We shall overcome. So speaking of songs, I was thinking, I did a couple of things on songs, and but you're all thinking, why is he so close? Probably looks a little freaky, doesn't it? Uh, and I keep thinking of other songs I want to do, and so I was thinking, I wonder about doing like a weekly thing, like Music Wednesdays or something like that. Um, if anybody thinks that sounds interesting, let me know. It'd be cool if, like Joss gave me that one song, I really liked it, and other people would send me stuff and say, hey, check this out, and I'll set a day aside for that. And again, maybe no one else cares. Uh, the other thing I want to mention, first of all, I almost forgot to do a video today. I know I would have broke all your hearts, wouldn't I? And then I looked down and saw the paper laying down there, and I thought, oh my God, I never did my news thing. But anyway, so you're watching this tomorrow, which is Saturday, and which means tomorrow is Sunday, and I already recorded that one. I recorded it yesterday, which is Thursday. Are we all together now? Um, I'm just telling you, watch the one that's coming up on Sunday. It's kind of a doozy. It's got nothing to do with me or my family or playing football or going to college or any of that. It's just about something I saw in the news, and it's just an amazing thing. But anyway, let's go to this, and I have not looked at this except for I had looked at the back of it to see if there was a picture in there for a thing I wanted to have my personal shopper pick up. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is kind of sad. I heard about this. Ah, so it's not as Conklin's Corners. I'd heard they were closing, or they did close. And that was like a, I don't know, antique barn collectibles place. It was like one of those, what's the word I want now? Starts with a C. Quick, somebody tell me. Consignment type things where I think she had her own stuff, but then other people rented out space in there. But, you know, they didn't have to be there all the time. They'd price the stuff and she'd sell it. And so it was, I didn't get there a lot, especially the last couple of years. I just haven't had spare money much for that kind of stuff. But it was always cool. And I saw where they were closing, where it says passes the torch to a new owner with big plans. So I guess something is still going to be there. Let's just take a quick look and see if it's going to be the same kind of shop. By the way, the owner of the place, Terry Conklin, her husband is State Representative Scott Conklin. This guy, he and his family moved there from Lewisburg. They were looking for something closer. Their plan for the barn is to have a fresh market grocery store on the first floor. When halfway between a typical grocery store and a health food store. You know, I think even those of you who have not met me in person probably know me well enough to know I probably won't be spending a lot of time in a health food store. We want real food that's fresh, healthy, and nutritious. You know, right there. Fresh is great. But when they start talking about healthy and nutritious, all I hear is no flavor, no flavor, no flavor. You know, you take out the fat, you take out the sugar, you take out the grease, pretty soon all that's left is, I don't know what. The stuff that's good for you, everybody knows that stuff tastes like crap. Let's see. The market will feature a deli, bakery, produce, bulk food, healthy food, snacks, and hopefully a greenhouse as well. And joking aside, it sounds like a pretty cool idea. Um, as for the second floor, he has ideas but no plans. So I guess there's not going to be any kind of a antique or collectibles shop in there right now. So we have here a girl from West Branch scored her 1,000th point. I'm just going to assume that's basketball. Wait a minute. Okay. See, now doesn't this tell you, so you got the headline and the big picture there saying that, oh, it's this one, the girl scored her 1,000th point. And you go to read the article, and the first thing it says is, the West Branch boys basketball team keeps rolling. I mean, shouldn't they be starting right off with saying, hey, isn't this great? This girl scored her 1,000th point in a month or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying that they are, biased or anything, but I think they're biased. Let's see what else we got. They got the boys basketball team had teacher appreciation night. 5 people showed. Let's see. Oh, as well, I will follow the show. The headline: Kephart to host telephone town hall meeting. That would be Representative Dallas Kephart, who represents my area. And a few months ago, I got a robocall for this, but I couldn't listen at the time. This was just the other night. A couple months ago, I got a robocall, and it said, having this town meeting. If you want to listen, just stay on the line or whatever. And people were calling with the stupidest stuff. And the thing that got me was, now I could see where, he doesn't want to be rude to people and stuff. But still, the way he was, I'm having trouble with words, folks. But, he was just playing along with them on some of them. I mean, some people had legitimate stuff to talk about. I remember one person called in about, hopefully anybody who's smart enough to watch this is smart enough to recognize the crazy crap that goes around, the urban legend type things that so many people listen to now because the internet told them it happened, so it must be true. And this thing about classrooms putting in kitty litter boxes for kids that identify as furries or whatever. And, it's the kind of thing, it's just the standard old urban legend kind of stuff, where it's always, whoever tells you about it, it's like, well, my cousin hairdresser's brother knows a guy. It's never like, well, yeah, my brother was there when this happened, or I was there when this happened. It's always like 3 times removed. And so often, like when I was listening to this thing, the person called and said they heard that it's happening in the Du Bois school. A couple months back, I saw someone on Facebook saying they heard it was going on at the Bellefonte school. And way back a year or more ago, I saw people saying, this is what they're doing in California. Well, it's just people, this kind of stuff, besides just being the typical urban legend kind of crap, it's actually started by conservatives, in this particular case, just wanting to say, see, this is the kind of stuff that those woke people do. I am willing to bet 85 cents that you're going to have a hard time finding a classroom in America with a kitty litter box unless they have a classroom kitty. Anyway, and like I said, when the person called and he was like, "Oh, really? Oh, yes. Well, that's you know, if if it was me, let's be honest, I'd go, you're nuts. Let's go move on to the next person." But I mean, if you're being a politician about it, you'd say, "Oh, okay. Well, I haven't heard about this. I'm not sure if that is true or not, but I'll look into it." You know. But anyway, and there was just other stuff that he in there, just the way he like sort of babied people and that, and and like I said, there were some legitimate stuff. And of course, somebody called in about the Second Amendment, and he was all over that. Oh yes, I believe in that with all my heart, because of course, when you live in the Alabama section of Pennsylvania, that's one of the things people want to hear. Second Amendment and abortion. You can't go wrong picking the right side on those subjects. And don't get me wrong, I'm not totally against the Second Amendment. I own guns. Although I do think a lot of people misinterpret the Second Amendment. They totally forget that well-regulated militia part that comes right at the beginning. Anyway, so yeah, and then part two of the whole Dallas Kephart thing is, then I hit the button to try to get in. I couldn't get in that night. And I got a call back, and I told one of his people my concern, and I've called the office about it also, about the First Amendment. And a couple of videos I saw of this lady trying to film in a PennDOT center. And they shut down the windows and called the cops and stuff. And now, the lady I saw doing this, she's not like my favorite YouTuber. I don't like the way she does things, but still, the way PennDOT handled it, I didn't like at all. And I remember there was something else I saw. Well, Dallas Kephart obviously has no interest in that amendment whatsoever, because I never heard. One time I was talking to a guy, and later on when I talked to someone else, they thought that I was talking to, there was a summer intern they had. And then when I talked to another person from his office, apparently the guy I talked to was like his office supervisor for like over all of his offices. And like when we were talking about it, I said to him, I said, well, that's like if someone comes in there with a camera in the public lobby part. No, you can't come in our office with a camera. And I said, was there a special law for that? Oh, yeah. He couldn't tell me what the law was, and so far I've never found anything about it. But they all seem to be convinced that you can't go into a representative's office and film in the public lobby. But anyway, so the long story short is, Dallas Kephart, if you're watching, don't be looking for a Muckster vote next time. Well, and let's see who died this week. We got a Hazel Schrock Irwin of Smith Mill. Obviously, I don't know her. Lives up there in the sticks. We don't hang out with those kind of people. And we got a Leonard Roy Croyle from, he's from York, PA, but must have, he was born in Phillipsburg, born in 1964. Anybody, maybe about, maybe a little bit younger than Barb. I don't know if you'd know him, Barb. Let's see, son of late Leonard Croyle and Gladys Dombrowski Croyle. He married Anna Samuelson. It might be someone from somewhere else, though. 82. Oh, he graduated from Woonsocket High School, so I guess they moved away from here when he was a kid, so forget I said anything, Barb. We got a Glyn D. Powell, born in 43. He was from Houtsdale. Randy Conjurer, born in 51. Now, used to know some conjurers, but I don't think this is the same family. Though I don't know, he looks... Looks kind of... When did they start putting pictures in the obituary, by the way? But this one's a conjurer. Somebody tell me if he looks like somebody that I should know. Let's see. He was a retired accountant for Blaze Alexander Chevy. 69 graduate of PO. He had a daughter, Megan Conjurer. Okay. We mentioned the Glenn Powell. Yeah. He's Gerald Holden Sr. Born in 45. Now, he was, for a long time, he managed the one car dealership down in Phillipsburg. Right? Son of Russell and Angeline. I can't believe I can't think of his wife's name. I'll see it here in a second, but she used to have a clothing store right next door where the library was when I first started working there. So people would know the conjurers. He married Marcia, that's it. His wife's name's Marcia. And a daughter Geraldine and son Mart. And I know Mart also worked down there at the car place, maybe still does. And oh yeah, I forgot this. I knew this also. Sisters Nancy Boffman, people might know her in town. Anyway, like I said, he was born in 45. You can do the math on that. That'd be what, around 78, I think? And we have a Roger Pleshkonko, born in 51 from North Phillipsburg. That's a name that's kind of popular around here. He also graduated in 1969. That's where somebody else back there graduated. Oh, we got the police reports. I'll try to breeze through these. This takes way too long doing this. We had a traffic stop from someone with a New Jersey license and operator refused to provide information. He resisted arrest and was eventually identified and found to be under the influence. Sexually explicit minors. On January 4th at approximately 4:40 p.m., we'll see right there, you know there's something wrong here. Even without saying minors. When you got sexually explicit at 4:40 p.m., that's way too early in the day for people to be sexually explicit. BSP troopers responded to a complaint of transmission of sexually explicit image by a minor. Upon investigation, the arrestee, a 14-year-old Sandy Ridge male, created a fictitious Snapchat account posing as a female. During this time, the arrestee received an intimate image of another minor. The arrestee subsequently shared the image with another minor, who then deleted the image. A non-traffic citation was filed. The victim, a 13-year-old Osceola male, and the victim's parents were notified. Now, I think, didn't I a while back, I think I said something about it, but in case I didn't, there was that case in Columbus where a guy, and this was one where it's like a 40-year-old guy on some social media site befriended this, like, I forget, it was like a 12-year-old girl or something, and or might have been a little older, and got her to send pictures. And when the father found out, he called the police, and the police threatened to arrest the daughter for child pornography, because it's the one. I always remember the female cop. It was all recorded because they were talking on the front porch, and the Ring camera got it on. This female cop goes, "Well, she sent the picture, didn't she?" Anyway, so the moral of the story, kiddies: don't send naked pictures to anybody. Cell phone theft. Somebody reported a theft was taken from the residence of a 70-year-old Phillipsburg woman by an unknown female. Unwanted individual. PSB Rockview responded to Shady Dell in order to tell for a report of unwanted individual on the property and a possible burglary. Items reported by the 75-year-old Phillipsburg victim to have been stolen include a Culligan water system, a water heater, miscellaneous men's clothing, a welding jacket, miscellaneous hand tools, a rolling toolbox, and reloading equipment. So I kind of think, I don't know, maybe they caught that on camera or something, because you think if you're home, it would take a while to haul that kind of stuff out of somebody's place. And here's one where the headline is "All Hat and No Cattle." January 5 troopers were dispatched to report of a domestic in progress. The arrestee, Amber Shea, had begun yelling at her juvenile daughter for wearing a cowboy hat, and alleged that her daughter was not a cowboy. She alleged that her daughter was not a cowboy. The listed arrestee shoved her daughter onto a bed and began strangling her. The listed arrestee then retrieved a Mossberg shotgun from the gun cabinet and threatened to kill both her husband and daughter. The listed arrestee was arraigned on charges for strangulation, terroristic threats, and simple assault. Now why? Because it starts off with the listed arrestee, Amber Shea, 33, of Moshannon. And then they keep saying the listed arrestee. Why don't they just say, like, Ms. Shea? But anyway, I guess some people take the, stolen valor cowboys very seriously, I guess. You ain't no cowboy, bitch. I'm going to strangle you, and then I'm going to shoot your father with a shotgun just to really impress it on you. Let's see if we've got any paper left. No. Of course, I'm sure anybody who lives in an area where the buildings go over 3 stories tall get a kick out of what makes the paper for police reports around here. Here's a letter to the editor from Joseph Reagan, the president of Fraternal Order of Police, Pennsylvania State Lodge. I'll tell you right now, whatever he's bitching about, I probably don't care. I'm about fed up with what I see cops doing anymore, but maybe he'll surprise me. The beginning of each year brings something exciting for everyone, whether it's a milestone or whether you relax me. For the police, it means National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Oh, yeah. which was created as a way for community to show their gratitude. You know, I used to be a big police supporter, but anymore I'm not a big fan of the Blue Line Gang, and I know, I've had friends who are cops, but like I said, if you're a good cop and you let other people get away with being bad cops, you're not a good cop. I'm not going to go on about it, but why is it that when cops are investigating, they will ask other people to snitch on their friends, on their family? You know, it's your civic duty, to tell us. And we could arrest you for hindering our investigation if you don't tell us whether or not your brother did this, And then when it's one of them who does something, nope, the blue line of silence, or whatever they call it. So anyway, I'll just say anymore. I agree with NWA. Some of the easiest ways to show your gratitude include writing a thank you card to your local department. Well, first of all, we don't even have a local department anymore. I blame the town mayor. Wearing an article of blue clothing. Well, if I'd have known. Or simply thanking a police officer if you see one. And if you're lucky, he won't shoot you in the back as you're walking away. We invite you to participate in making National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day one to remember. On behalf of the FOP, Giving Tree raised $16,000 for heating assistance for seniors and grandchildren. Or provides gifts for seniors and grandchildren. Okay. P.O.'s Gable won the title at the Laurel Highlands tournament. Marcus Gable has made getting to the championship finals and tournament this season. Okay, so far I don't even know what it is. I'm assuming since it's one person, is it wrestling? Oh yeah, it says the 145-pound title. Okay. Some pictures of kids playing basketball, but until Toby gets old enough to make the paper, I'm not interested. And I can't get the pages to come apart. I need anybody remember, you used to have those things on, would come up on your TV that would go, "We're experiencing technical difficulty. Clearfield Career and Technology Center Students of the Month." I don't know anybody going to school over there. Full page ad for a hospital. I mean, do they really have to advertise hospitals? It's like you're going to go there when you need them. Never noticed even those classifieds before, but if you're looking for a job, the Houtsdale American Legion is looking to hire a cook and bartender. Okay, I was going to say, is it one person doing both? But it says a cook and a bartender. So if you live in the area and you're a good enough cook to get by working at a Legion's social club, or if you're a bartender that knows how to do sophisticated drinks like, hey, give me a shot and a beer, you might have a job. Just see if there's somebody that wants to buy any toy trains. So if you got toy trains around, I'm sure he probably wants mostly the older stuff, but and I think, so what's on this? Oh yeah, I didn't see a, well, maybe there's still a page left. A reader of the week. I see a star of the week. This is the Nittany Minute Mart. Raised over $18,000 for local animal shelters. That's nice. Okay. Yep. Now that I know this deer pitkin is a dog, I ain't gonna waste my time on that because I don't know. Hey, this is something. Again, I wish more people listen to me. Just for, I'd like to know. Anybody who lives in the area, and even if you don't, just knowing the whole idea of it, do you think it's cute to have a, letter thing written to people's dogs? I don't even know if they have other people writing in, or if it's just like, the editor or something making up the letters that come in, and supposedly this dog is answering it. But I mean, I like dogs. I've had dogs, but I'm just not nutty enough that I would go, oh, that's so cute. The dog is answering letters. But I'm wondering, is it just me? I'll tell you what. Well, Barb is about the only real animal nut that I know would be watching this. Like, I know there's other people, other friends on Facebook that are big on dogs and stuff. So, I don't know. But somebody let me know. Is it just me, or is it stupid? Anyway, that's news for this week. And like I said, if you're watching this on Saturday, remember to watch Sunday. I'll be interested in your opinions on that one. That's all for now. Peace out.